And we are red. We are in the
red.
We are in the
red. We're not live.
We are in the red zone, guys.
Does that mean we're live?
Yes, sir. We are live. And
right.
How's everything in Washkosh Bagosh?
We're all good here. I'm not seeing anything come up that says we're live on YouTube yet. But, there it is. We got two watching. Hello, everyone.
They knew
Fred is here.
They knew we would be late.
Yes, sir. We are.
We are always late when it's my turn. Not
by choice.
Not usually as late as today, though.
All right, I did tweet it out, and I'm going to go and I'm going to send a bunch of other ones here.
Let's see if I
send them to
can pop out the chat so I don't have to look way over there. Good evening, Fred. We are happy to see you today. Absolutely happy. And
hello, Fred. Good to see you.
I don't know. We weren't too late, though. Maybe 5 minutes. But Sybil's on time. No.
All right. I was just going to send her a link, too.
Yeah,
I was just going to send her a little reminder, but that's good.
Looks like we're okay. Everything's working all right so far. We've got audio. Let's see here. Fred, Sybil, does it sound? Everything sound okay? Does Mark and I sound like we
belong?
Yeah. Is one of us louder than the other? City girl, country heart.
City girl's in here. Good deal.
We're definitely happy to see you all, for sure. I didn't get in time. I wanted to look up a couple of websites. I might be able to, if I can get Mark to take charge for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and look for those.
All right, guys. So while he's doing his thing, I'm glad to see everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Mallard 5 Farmhouse, good to see you. Hey, guys. We are. Everybody like the midterm elections? Everybody happy? It's been a long week. I have not done anything besides work and sleep, so I haven't got anything of any kind of politics or anything that I usually watch has not been happening. So, but I think as everybody gets followed in, say hi to each other, come up and if you don't have someone, go and check them out. Like right now, I got to go check out Mallard 5 Farmhouse. See if I got him. Or her. I remember that. Yes, I do. Good deal.
I wasn't able to find what I was looking for, so we're just going to fake. But we'll wait for some more to get in here. And hopefully we'll have a couple more. But what Mark and I...
Remember, guys, please hit the like button. It does help out Merle's channel and yourself. So don't forget to hit the like button.
Mark and I have been talking this week a little bit about people are asking what happened to the red wave, you know. And actually, I don't think anyone expected a red wave. You know, they talked about it, and that it was something that they were hoping was going to maybe come along. But the real deal was taking the Senate. That's what everybody at the White House wanted, was the Senate, with a couple of extra votes. So they're just as happy as they can be with what they got. And the House can't do anything when we've got the Senate tied up. So that's pretty much kind of what it was. And Mark, I've talked to him a couple times this week, and he all he does is sleep and work. I don't know.
Pretty close.
I don't know how that. I don't know how that's working. Don't forget the live chat. No, we're definitely not.
That's Sybil telling everybody else, because if you switch to live chat, it actually acts a lot better in YouTube land. So thank you, Sister Sybil, for reminding everybody. I forget to say that every now and then. But yes, please flip over to live chat. That little arrow up on the top. When you come on YouTube, it'll say top chat. You want to flip that over to live chat.
City Girl doesn't have a tool.
Oh, so either his friend. Hey, look at there. There's my buddy Farmall. Hey, how's it going? Glad you could stop by.
Farmall Fanatic. Did you get those beans cut? Last I heard, you had a field of beans that you weren't in any hurry to cut, but by golly, I think it's about time to get those.
Yeah, we got about 6 inches of snow now. You ain't gonna get to no beans anymore.
For some reason, I am not getting the opportunity to pass out wrenches here for some reason.
Go on the right side, and there should be the 3 dots. And way on the bottom, it says moderator.
No, all I'm getting is go to channel, but I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's not good.
It should just go. You got your 3 dots on the right side. When you click on them, you have more things. Scroll down a little bit, and then you'll see make moderator.
No, there's no place to scroll. All I'm getting is go to channel.
Well, YouTube is at their best.
Something's going on, that's for sure. Enable live chat, blah, 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 blah.
Well, that kind of stinks.
Yeah.
So, Farmall, you get all your crops in there? JNC No Limit TV. Hey, guys, don't forget to make sure that you tweet this out if you can. It does help Merle out and help everybody else out. So please give it a tweet. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my browser or if it's YouTube or what, but I am unable to do anything except go to your channel. So that's the craziest thing.
Hey, JC, you just got a new fellow supporter of your channel. I just came over and showed your channel some love, so
let's see here.
There you are. I should put me in here.
Didn't I give you authority, Mark, to do these moderator things?
Not unless I'm on. You did, but I was running the whole system from your side.
Okay.
When you're on, I can't do anything.
Well, I don't know why they're doing this.
Hey, let it snow. Look at that. Snow's in the house, and we got a lot of it around here now. The white stuff is here.
I still got to find out if Farmall got that field of beans in yet.
And Snow Moon says hello. And everything is good here, so.
Let me see something here.
Yeah, Fred should have a ranch. City Girl should have a ranch.
Yeah, and
it's because we're on Merle's channel. You guys got to remember too, people that do have a wrench on my side of my channel, because we're on his channel, he doesn't have everybody that is the same as mine. So like Fred's a moderator on mine, City Girl's a moderator, Farmall's a moderator. It's just because we're on Merle's. He's working on it from his end there.
Yeah, and someone is not. It's either my browser or it's YouTube causing me some grief here, and I don't know which. So, let me see.
Sure will, Sybil. I'll let her know.
Believe it or not, I am somewhat technically minded too.
Yeah, you're right.
It's good to see everybody, that's for sure. And we're trying to get these wrenches passed out, and I don't really know what they're doing to me here. Oh well. You know my heart was in the right place anyway. Yeah, the only option I have is go to channel. I don't know why it's doing that to us. Anyway, it's good to see everybody, and we will, I don't know, like I said earlier, we're, a lot of people, I think a lot of people were upset about the election, and you know, weren't expecting the House to go the way it did. But as I've been reading Q and Serial Brain, they're saying that that was it worked out exactly the way Trump and them wanted it to. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy. The way it works, though, is as long as they've got the Senate with 2 or 3 extra votes, they can do what they want to, and because anything that's passed in the House has to go through the Senate. So they're good to go. Let it snow. Wife's doing well. She's, believe it or not, she's about ate up with poison ivy. We've been cutting wood, and my son-in-law brought a big tree down, and it just had poison ivy all over it. So she forgot, because it didn't have leaves on it, that it would still get you. And boy, did it ever. Oh, did it ever get her. Other than that,
Farmall, we just got, luckily the guys around here just got their fields and their beans and taters out here, because we just got a lot of snow here real quick. So he's telling you, Merle, you got 6 inches of snow, and now they're down to about 1, but the fields are too sloppy to get into.
My gosh, I didn't know he was in that kind of snow country.
Hey, Walter, good to see you, buddy.
Pennsylvania.
2-seater farm.
I-2-seaters. Sounds like I'm not signed in. Well, I actually am signed in. I mean, how could I be live if I wasn't signed in? Really?
Walter's driving and listening, so good to see you, Walter.
I don't know. But you're right. It does sound like I'm not signed in. Huh. I think,
you have to go in the yard out there, Merle, and find some plantain, and that'll get rid of the itchies.
You think that's? I'm surprised she didn't know that. Maybe she did. I can't figure out why Farmall's got all that snow already. I mean, I don't think that's right. this time of year for
what
them
about
guys,
all my snow?
Well, you're supposed to have snow, but I didn't think that they were supposed to have snow where he is this time of year. At least that much.
Can you refresh, Merle?
Oh, I guess I could try. I don't know what it'll do to a live stream, but
Yeah, farm all. You get out there in that sloppy mess, you start breaking stuff and tearing stuff apart. It's just not worth the cost and profit from tearing up machinery. That's absolutely true there.
all right. The refresh worked. I was afraid to do it because we were live.
Didn't even skip a beat.
Worked for a minute anyway. I got one of you in there. I don't know. Farmo says I got the majority of my crops in, just a couple small fields left to do. Problem is, if you go in them, it's mushy. You do a lot of repairs. Yeah, I got stuck the other day going in to pick up a load of wood. But, yeah, northwest Pennsylvania. I guess northwest Pennsylvania is probably one of those places where you would get that kind of snow this time of year.
Hey, Nathan. Good to see you, my friend. Sister Sue, great to see you. So,
let's see. Fred just gave you moderator status. City Girl, I think I already got yours. Yeah.
Yep. Farm all.
I got Farm All, I think. So, nope.
I'm going to go get some coffee.
Yeah, you would think that I hadn't done this before, but truth of the matter is, I haven't been on this machine much lately. I've been, wife and I have been cutting wood today. I know that you're just anxious to hear this about my day, but I've been chopping leaves all day. We got so many trees that if you don't clean those leaves up, you got trouble the next year. So it's just one of those things. And we had a day yesterday that was absolutely crazy. You know, some of you retired people will know what I'm talking about. I have never been so busy since I retired. I mean, it seemed like when I had a job, I could do that job and take care of things. Good grief, that camera makes that cup look big. 25 miles south of Erie. Yeah, you're up there in snow country for sure. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. We had just enough snow this morning that you could tell that it snowed. In fact, I had asked the wife. I hadn't been out. I said, "Is it snow or is it frost?" I couldn't tell. So
you got snow?
We got just enough that it made the grass just a little bit white, but that was about it. All right.
But I'm getting close to the time where I gotta get the driveway packed down pretty good, and then pretty soon here it'll be time to get the blower out for blowing snow. Hey, serving from home,
Okay.
Good to see you. Well, L4L, good to see you. So, guys, I know this isn't on my side of things, but serving from home, as I just started with her channel here not too long ago. Guys, please show her some love. Great channel to watch. A lot of neat stuff that she's doing. So, guys can help her out by giving her a sub would be great. I know she'd appreciate it, and she'll turn around and do the same for you guys. So,
Well, you know to make yourself at home, Mark.
yeah, I know. I'm not worried.
I I didn't get in here in time to get everything set up the way I wanted it, so I think that I have given everyone. I'll go back and check because I see. Yeah, Mallard 5. Apparently, I missed you. And
You missed.
I guess Nathan. Welcome to you too.
Oh, Nathan's got drums.
What? Yeah, we. Well, there's a lot of. We've got several new people because I had everybody as a moderated 2 weeks ago. Moderated, and well, it makes me feel really good. So, did the election go well for everybody? I'm not exactly an expert. I'm kind of like old camp on that deal, but I have been watching a lot to see what's going on. And if anybody has any questions, we'll see if we can get them answered.
You got a question?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Hey, I was just going to say, Serving says she just locked up her chickens. How many chickens you got? We're up in the northern part of Wisconsin there, JC. So yeah, we've been dealing with the snow and the cold coming in now. So chickens are being locked up. They're not too happy right about now because they're not free to roam. But go ahead, Merle. I just wanted to see how many chickens she had.
No, we got behind here, and the way we got behind was we hadn't planned on cutting wood as much as we are. We've still got a 15 by 70 greenhouse that I wanted to get up, so I still plan to try to do that before the ground gets too hard. And we haven't been able to get chickens yet. So that's the two things that are first on the list once we get all the wood that we need. And our plan is to get extra wood just in case we have an extra cold winter, or just in case the electricity goes out, or what have you. So
JC, I'm just a little bit south of Rhinelander. So you're at he's in Eau Claire, so yep. And Serving has 12 chickens and about 20 rabbits. Well, that is awesome.
So on the rabbits, are they all for the freezer, or do you sell some? What's the story with the rabbits exactly? Because wife and I have been thinking about doing rabbits too.
Rabbits make really good compost and fertilizer.
Yeah, they probably would. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, their droppings make really good fertilizer.
We had somebody give us 2 5-gallon buckets full of rabbit droppings, and you're right, it works well.
Yep, it's one of the only fertilizers that's out there that you can apply to the ground immediately and not burn your plants. So Look at Looky there, sports fan, and look at sports fan's not even a moderator. What is going on with your channel? Come on.
And I don't understand that at all. I think somebody has been playing around with my stuff here.
So she says, Serving says that we just do meat rabbits and learn to tan the pelts for hats. That is awesome.
That is cool.
That is a great way, because if you look at what she just said there, she's using dual purpose, and that's what the homesteading life is all about. Not only for the meat for the rabbits, but they're using the pelts, so there's nothing getting wasted. I love that.
I do too. It's the only way to go. You're eating Thumper. No!
Well, they're a sports fan. We put away 30. It was about 32 meat birds this year. So, and let me tell you, the Red Rangers were beautiful birds, and we ran about. The biggest one was, I think, right around 6.5 pounds, and the smallest one is about 4. So there is a little bit of range difference, but I do have it dialed in now where I think the second batch we did a lot better on just because of how we did things. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is.
But they're pretty birds, let me tell you. They had some nice color to them.
Next year we plan to do the same thing. We had so much on our list of things to do that we just didn't, well, the fact of the matter is we just didn't get everything done. So, you know, with a little luck, we'll have next year to get caught up. And Farmall, I watched that one video there where you were working on your starter there, I guess it was. And I thought you were pretty smart the way you approached that problem there. And it was, because, you know, if you didn't go at it the way you did, I think a guy could have spent an awful lot of time trying to figure out what the problem was there on that.
Well, serving that is awesome because one of my biggest things about what I do at Homestead is I like dual purpose, and if I can go 2-3 things, it's a lot better. So I'm impressed with that because a lot of people throw a lot of that to waste, and that's a good thing to do. Keep up the good work. She says I use every bit of the rabbit. We dehydrate the ears for the dogs. I soak the bones for the broth. Just love rabbit. That's just awesome.
Yep, that's the only way to live right there. You use everything.
Buzzer's going off. I gotta get the potatoes right back.
So I kind of zoomed in on the set a little more than Mark does, and kind of curious what you guys think about it. You can almost see the warts on the end of my nose and stuff there. Just curious how you like being up good and close. Good night and God bless. Yes. Who's leaving? J&C? Got to go get the kids. See y'all later. Have a great night. Okay. Thanks for coming in, too. We appreciate it. Drive careful. Rabbits do better in the winter than they do in the hot weather. Yeah, they don't, I'm told at least, that they don't take real hot weather very well. So, maybe...
I actually was, well, come here, buddy. Come here.
Mark's got a new dog.
Come here, buddy.
Some of you folks may not have seen yet.
Oh.
Boy, he's dandy. Fireman CV, welcome.
Hey, Fireman, good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for talking about the thumbs up thing. You're always good for that, for sure. Hey, and I'm enjoying your channel too, by the way, Fireman. I don't use OBS, so it gives me what you're doing is giving me a little chance to learn something. Because
I use OBS, but yeah, this is our newest Great Dane, so he's new to the family, a little pup, and he's already over just about, I think it was 86 pounds, so as a pup.
Yeah, he's some pup, let me tell you. Thanks, Let It Snow. We have to get Mark to read that.
What?
I asked him how they like the set. A little closer. Let It Snow says, Merle, I like it when you're larger and the set's smaller. Just my 2 cents. So don't cry, Mark. I know. You just want it. You want it zoomed back because you can put more in it that way.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just kidding.
it seems like when you do these sets, and it's kind of funny that Fireman's in here because he uses OBS and I use OBS. When you build these sets and you have the set more open, you have a lot more stuff in there, and there's a lot more chances for error. But it shows kind of a realistic kind of aspect about it, where it's not all we're in their face. So it's kind of, I can see what she's saying about that. But at the same time, when you bring a setting closer, you can see things. Everything is more in proportionate because some of these things are really hard to get dialed in.
No kidding. And some of the sets they're already made for close-up work, and some of them aren't. So you can.
Yeah.
It takes a good while to get them all set up the way you like them. I think I'm going to use this one for a while.
Like Fireman does, he has the other sides of things where he's got the scroll going, he's got different attributes where we actually have the set, so you're actually being able to see what OBS is all about. And that's a really cool thing, is that a lot of people haven't touched the full potential of OBS.
Well, it's been a long time since I've played with OBS. I would say probably a year and a half at least, maybe even 2 years. And from what I can tell, in the last, since I looked at it, and maybe 2 years ago, somebody has really gone to work with OBS, because there's stuff that you can do with OBS that some of these paid-for platforms aren't able to do. So.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can do, and you're not, for free. That's what I like about it, is it's free. You guys, if you going with a good camera, like a C90 or something like that, like a webcam, you're capable of doing a lot of stuff, and you can change your contrast, your background, your backlighting to get the nice color in, and then you can do a lot of stuff with the OBS. The Chronos key isn't so bad. If you look at Merle's Chronos key, I was on his side with using VMix, and now I'm on the OBS side. So you can look at his Chronos key versus my Chronos key, and you can see the difference.
Well, not much. Your key is really good. I keyed you out though. Let's see, I keyed you out though on my side. So.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I just got the green screen.
But
Family Loves Kitchen. How are you doing? I don't know if I have that one.
I don't either, but I'm going to check. And you're right.
You got to have her. She's a moderator.
Yeah, I just made her moderator though.
That's that food channel. Yeah, I got her. Food's my next best friend.
Farmer says, so the more bells and whistles you got, the more there is to go wrong, and he's right. That's a fact.
Yeah. Well, if you guys go and watch Fireman's or Green Bay Wackies or any of those other channels out there that are doing the prayer stream live or something like that, they don't usually use the whole setup like this, but they have the same exact quality. And like we always say, is you got video, you got audio. If you don't have both of them, you're not going to keep your subscribers around. So. And guys, if you want to go check out him and Wacky did a couple videos on how to change your icons, how to change things around so that you can get more views. So please go check out Fireman CV or Green Bay Wacky. You can find him either way if you go to Wacky's channel or Fireman's channel, but you'll see he has helped out the community a lot on how to set up live streams, how to set up your channel, stuff like that. And I do think they're getting back into it. They've just been taking a break.
Yeah,
exactly, Fireman. I know you're going to gain weight watching that channel. Let me tell you, they make some awesome food over there.
And if you want to,
OBS and Streamlabs are different. There, City Girl. OBS is a open broadcast system, and Streamlabs is something different. So,
I'm not familiar at all with Streamlabs. Maybe I should be. I'll have to look that up. But if you're interested in doing something, I would strongly recommend that you go to Fireman CV's channel.
Yeah, he just said it there. He said OBS Streamlabs is beta and it's full of bugs. So he just answered the question right there.
I think beta means bugs. Yeah, you guys run around. If you see somebody that you don't already have subscribed to, run over and subscribe to them, because I'm sure they'll subscribe back. And you know, we always got to try to grow our channels. Most of the people in here will actually come and look at your videos too, and leave a comment.
Yeah, guys. So if you know, Fireman CV's been doing this a long time, and he's been using OBS. So he's got the information of what you want to look for. So go and check him out. And he's one of those guys that is a little bit bigger channel than what most people think, but he's still just like one of the guys. He's a good guy. He'll tell you how it is, but at the same time, he's a really good friend. So go and pay attention to what the man has to say.
Yeah, we have had. We'll have to do that again too one of these days. We'll have to bring Fireman in, and we could actually bring him in on the set here. Well, maybe not. I think I'm only allowed.
Yeah,
I can only bring one guy in at a time, so I don't know.
You'd have to use your Zoom and bring both of us in on Zoom.
Yeah, we could do that. Or if I get real good, well, let me ask you guys this question. So I'm using vMix. What if I was using vMix with OBS? Can I bring somebody in that way?
I have not been able to do that when I tried before, because the two cameras fight with each other, the two systems. But with OBS, I can bring in Fireman, I can bring in you, I can do whatever I want. It just depends on which channel I'm coming to. So that's the difference. It seems like vMix and OBS like to fight with each other, because I don't know how you got us to hooked up, because before we couldn't do it because I'm using OBS and you're using vMix. But I could actually bring in Fireman on my side and then come back onto yours, and then have Fireman and you and me all on the same one.
Yeah, well, he says he can't do it today because he doesn't have his makeup on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me either. I didn't shave today. I'm
not really trying to give Fireman the big head, or just pick on him in particular, but I gotta make a comment about his thumbnails too. Man, those thumbnails are looking good, really. And I suppose you're doing that probably with what's the name of that?
He's using Cambia.
Yeah.
Yep.
May have to do that. Now, I got a question about that too, since I've never used it. Don't you have to send your picture up to them and then they send it back or something or other?
No, you have a platform to work on, and when you pull in your picture, you work off of your picture. So it's sometime we'll sit down and we'll go on Zoom and I'll show you how it works.
Yeah, I think actually Fireman's got maybe a video or two there about it as well. Yeah. And I'll look at those.
If you're doing for like serving from home or something like that, if you're really looking into improving your home page, because remember, that is your brand. You're selling your home page to keep people there. Fireman has done a lot of testing and doing different things to get you to get the right kind of background picture, to get your brand set up, to get your thumbnails just right. So it's worth watching. Hey, look at there, Angry Pirate's in here. Haven't seen him in a long time. How's it going, buddy? Stop to give you a like while I'm at work. I love that, working at work.
Well, I'm sorry, Angry Pirate, that you had to go to work, but I guess somebody's got to. I was just telling everybody a while ago that since I retired, I seem to have more work to do than I did when I was working. So
that's because you're working on a homestead now. It's different.
Yeah, it's actually stuff that we enjoy. So.
And he's got another channel too, guys. Is that Angry Pirate? If you're looking for politics, good and research stuff, go check out that kind of information, and you're not gonna be disappointed. Yeah, Angry Pirate. I do the same thing, but I work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So a lot of these channels I got to check out on break. So I feel your pain there.
I just can't imagine doing that, and especially if it's okay if you got a job that you like, that you really enjoy, but there are very few people that have that. And if you got to go into a job that you dislike and work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, it's just horrible. It really. I used to
love machine. I still do. I like making stuff with my hands, but it can drag you down.
Yeah, it really can, especially all those hours, and you got a homestead at home, and you got all that to do.
Yep.
It makes it tough. City Girl, if we can do anything to help you, we would be happy to, or lead you to the right person that can on improving your channel. Because, it seems like everybody can improve their channel. There's a couple of things that I need to do. And
I was never caught into that, Merle, where with the things I started the old way, and I've been working the same way ever since, and working on my brand and everything like that with the thumbnails. But City Girl, it'll help you to watch. I got a playlist on my channel. It's got Fireman and Wacky that goes through and watch it. It goes through each one of their videos. I got every one of them uploaded. You can go check that one out. But Fireman CV, he has it pretty well dialed in, and he's been improving each time. And like we all need to improve every time. It's little quirks, little things here and there to make things different. But staying true to yourself and true to your channel, it makes a big difference because you will keep your subscribers. They will not leave you.
And don't feel bad about doing something that you see that someone else did. Yeah,
just use it and turn it and use your own little quirk there.
It's not like stealing. And if you feel like that you would like to give that person credit for it, that's good too. So, yeah, if you see something. Perfect example of that, Merle, is when I talked to Pusa Studios. They were doing them shout-outs, and we started the Homestead Trivia, which was kind of the same concept, using Pusa. But at the same time, guys, I did go over and I went and talked to Pusa first and said, hey, I'm thinking about this, and I don't want to walk on his toes, just out of respect as a friend. Yep.
But at the same time, that's what the Homestead Trivia is about, is you get the questions right. We would show your channel, stuff like that kind of stuff. It's like a game. What he started, I just used my own twist to it and did the Homestead Trivia.
Yeah, most times if you see something that somebody else did, you can change it just enough to make it work. Yeah, Pusa's got a good thing going there. They really do. And they don't just get stuck on one thing. That's kind of neat. They've got different things that they can offer too. You can learn a lot by being on that channel.
And remember, guys, Pusa's he doesn't just use YouTube. He's a professional videographer, and his wife is a professional photographer. So they have some really good things going on there. Whereas Homestead Trivia, before I started working the rest of my life away, they're serving from home, we used to do Homestead's Trivia on here. And once I get off these nasty hours that I'm working, we'll be firing it back up. And I was doing that on Tuesdays and Fridays, but because of my work schedule, I'm not able to do that anymore. But it was on my channel.
we are hopeful that, and got our fingers crossed, that Mark will go back to some kind of ordinary hours sometime after the first of the year.
Yep.
And he's got some vacation time coming around Christmas, I think. So I imagine he will get a lot of YouTube time in during those couple of weeks there. So that'd be a good thing too. And you know what, guys? Christmas is not all that far off either. I tell you, this seems to me like, and I guess time goes faster when you're busier, but we've been busy all year, and we put in all those raised beds and stuff in the garden. But I have never, ever seen a year or a summer go as fast as this one has. Man, it's just, before you turn around, a month's gone.
It seems like the more that you're busy, though, too, Merle, and the more time that we're outside, the stuff that we got going on, and time flies. You know, you got seeding time, so you got planting time. Well, then you got, your garden prep is before that, and then you got the greenhouse to get everything going. So you look at it, you're starting in January and February for the following year, and then it's one right after another, and then you got at the fall, you got firewood, you got to get ready for winter, you got to get everything set up. So it's just it's a crazy mess.
Yeah, you're not kidding. It's just one thing after another. Hurry back, fireman.
Hey, thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Elf Lord says he thinks this year went too fast too. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Hey guys, we're still canning. I'm still canning potatoes. I got 175 pounds of potatoes, and we are still going strong. So we're trying. Hopefully tonight we'll finish up. I got the last of the batch in. So, but we're still canning.
Yeah. What's really funny too is my wife is still taking things out of the garden. She just wouldn't let it. She wouldn't let it go. She's got sheets out there and got her greens covered up. She went out there this morning, took the sheets off and let the sun get to them. She said she came in with her thumb up, and she said, "I'm still growing in the garden." So she's pretty happy.
My kale just finally said they had enough there last week. It had too many of the 23, 30 degree temps. It finally decided to shut it down. But yeah, we were going for the last, besides about a week ago, we were still going without putting anything on anything. Kale is wonderful.
Yeah, the serving from my home says, "Do you like to raise garden beds?" And I really do. I know some people aren't that crazy about it.
I put boxes over them, then I put sheets on them.
Yeah, she says she put boxes over them, and then she put sheets on them. So
actually, if you go and check it out in the beginning of this year, I've got some videos out there where I made hoop houses over my raised beds, and that works really well too.
Yeah,
I got the best of both worlds, because I have the Back to Eden method, and I have the hoop houses, and I have the raised bed. So I've got everything that what Merle's talking about, and then I took it to the next level with the Back to Eden method, and they all work really well. And with the hoop houses and the raised beds like Merle's, you can push your growing season 2 months out past the normal because of the hoop house and the raised bed. So it's a good way to look at it.
That was another one of those things that didn't get done for us. She really got after me about the hoop houses, and it didn't get done, but hopefully it will next year.
Oh, them things are a wonder. The only thing that I found out with the hoop houses is that you gotta pull them off early enough, because then you're gonna scorch your plants, and they have a hard time for the rebound effect. But it has done wonders for the late season and early season.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
God, and Sister Sue says, God said He would shorten the days in the end times. Yep. And that's, when we have such a busy lifestyle, and we got to remember that too, is don't forget that where we came from and who is our Father and who is everything else, because that should be in your foremost mind in the beginning and at the end. And a lot of times people say, well, I don't have enough time for this or I don't have time for that, so I can't do this, I can't do that. I can tell you guys straight out that Merle's got a very busy life, I've got a very busy life, and when we put the Lord in our mind, in the foremost of our mind, and we concentrate on that, He does make the time for us. And I can get most of my stuff done, but when some things get thrown in there with a wrench, but just don't put Him in the back burner is kind of what I'm saying. He should be at the front.
Yeah, you got to make time. And I think it's kind of a good idea to schedule time in, actually, and make sure that you don't miss that schedule of the time that you're going to talk to God and pray and everything. It's so important.
Yep. And serving from home, the back to eat method is a really, really good idea, and it does wonders. But you do have something there that you have chickens and you have rabbits, and do the deep garden or the deep bedding method in your chicken coop, and they will take care of your wood chips for you to break them down to get them into the back to eat method. So you got to step up from everybody else, because they will start the decomposing method with the chickens. So if you watch some of my other videos I have out there with the chicken coops and stuff like that, you'll see that process. And I was actually growing stuff in my chicken coop in the middle of January at 40 below using the deep bed method. So, and yeah, it does bring me peace too. Gardening is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it really is. And if it's something that you enjoy, it's just, you can't describe it, how nice it is to get out there. Welcome to Zero to Homestead. Now, I have seen that name, but whether or not, I'm having trouble with my...
He's thriving in the Appalachian Mountains. All right, well, you just got a new subscriber, my friend. Anything to do with Homestead?
That is really weird.
I will put mine up here again. For those that are in the chat that, can't spell today. From Zero from Homestead, and you're in the right channel, because all we do is usually talk about homesteading, sometimes politics, a lot of religion, but
homesteading,
right now mostly
homesteading, politics, and religion. That's pretty much where we spend our time.
Yep.
Just depends on what's going on that day, mostly.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, we like our homesteads. We do a lot of chickens. And now we have serving from home with the rabbits, so that is an awesome thing, because that gives another aspect to the homesteading channel here, because rabbits are a part of the homestead, and they do have a place and a purpose, and a really, really good purpose.
I am...
Hey, Merle, you got to read Let It Snow's comment.
Our country is so whacked. Listen to this. Recently, rural landowners now have to get permission to make a raised bed. Oh, no. Or be fined.
So I'm going to tell you something I heard 3 years ago, that they were going to put taxes on gardens. So,
well, actually, I heard during the last president's reign that they actually wanted to be able to tell you could not have a garden.
Yep.
So, but this raised bed thing, it's just kind of crazy. We actually have got, somewhere near an acre, I guess, here, and a lot of it is in the front yard, believe it or not. But if we wanted to put raised beds out in the front yard, we could put raised beds out there and have a bigger garden in the front yard than we got in the back, I think. And I don't believe anybody would say a thing if you do it with a little class, but just coming out and making a law or whatever that says you can't do this and can't do that. I'm not much for that kind of stuff.
The thing that I do too is just get yourself a Great Dane, because they're a big intimidator, and most people don't like even pulling in the yard.
Yeah.
and then when you got American Pit Bull on the other side there, they really don't like pulling in the yard. So I don't got to worry about anything. And plus, us living out in the country, if like I said, if something would really truly happen, I'm probably mowing an acre and a half of lawn. And if something terrible would happen, I would turn that all over to garden in a heartbeat. But right now, I'm running an acre or bigger garden and the raised beds and stuff like that. I don't need that right now, but I definitely would change things.
And he's already got more coming out of the gardens than he's got time to can and put up. So
exactly. You think about it. We've got 25 apple trees. We've got 2 peach trees. We got 2 cherry trees. We got 2 quince. And there's another thing, guys. If you can grow a quince, I would highly recommend it, because just the value, the health benefits from it. Plum trees. We got stuff all over. And the theory behind our homestead and what I've been telling from day one is I want something that is sustainable and renewable. We don't want to just sit here on a homestead and survive. We want to thrive. We want to be happy at what we do. We want to be healthy at what we do. And that's the whole concept behind the homestead.
Amen to that.
And it doesn't matter if you only got 600 square feet or if you got 20 acres. If you look at it as to a thrive situation or just survive situation, it changes your whole mindset.
Yeah, speaking of your mindset, both myself and my wife, we're in our 70s. And
no, you're not.
A lot of people wouldn't even consider at that age wanting to go out and cut wood, And I realize that there is a good bunch of us that do that kind of thing, but we enjoy it, believe it or not. It's hard work, but if you enjoy what you're doing and you can get out there, you keep yourself moving, you get good exercise, ain't nothing like it, let me tell you. Now, what we got to do is we got to convince Mark, though. He's not burning wood yet, and I know why, because he hasn't got enough wood on the property, and he says he would have to buy wood. Well, make friends with somebody that has plenty of wood, or go ahead and buy that wood. Buy some anyway and store it just in case.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do next year. Because I already got the drawings for potbelly stoves. We're gonna actually hook up a couple different stoves, and we're gonna start. I got a 40 by 40 shop, and I can pretty much. The only thing that I put in there is my truck, because it's too big to get into the garage. But I'm thinking on the far side there, I'm gonna actually start stacking wood in it. But the other thing is, right now, is I got a 1,100 pound bale of hay in there. So, but there's another thing that I want to talk to people today about, and on the homestead, on the prepping, or any kind of thing that you want to look at. I just recently found from LifeStraw a deep well system. And it hooks up right off of your well casing. You can drop her down, and you can suck up to 150 feet for water. Because one of the things I know is there's a lot of talk about water. How can we do this? How can we do that? We need water storage, water this, water that. So this is a really good thing. I've been looking at. There is hardly any videos on YouTube about the LifeStraw. There's some knockoff ones. So we're going to be checking this out. I'm going to be sending a link to Merle to have Merle check it out. But I think I'm actually going to go and take the plunge and get this thing, because I think it's a really, really good thing to have for an arsenal. Because no matter how you look at it, is you can survive 2 weeks off without food, but you can only survive 3 days without water.
Yeah, sounds like a good deal to me, for sure. And they make good stuff, too. They're a good company.
Yeah.
And welcome to RG. We're sure happy to see you in here this evening. And
Good to see you, RG. We're on drugs again.
That drug you're on, I'm confused about that comment. Have you been in my medicine cabinet or what?
Snow says they're trying to meter wells now here too. That is just, you got to get out of there. You got to come down to the Northwoods here. That's just
How in the world?
How can they meter wells?
That's crazy. Where do you live? Let it snow. Do you know where she lives, Mark?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I want to be sure and stay away from there.
You and your hubby got to come down this way so you get out of there then, because that's just, that's the other thing too, guys, is Merle will tell you, because he's older than me, he's got the more of the era that I'm talking about here. But back in the day, there was a certain president that said that if something would happen, there was 3 states that he would be in Wisconsin, Colorado, and Wyoming. Those were the 3 states that they were looking at. Now, if you look at any of the new maps that are coming out there, the new, moving D.C. and the whole, Washington and everything, look at where they want to plant that. That's in Colorado. There's a reason for that, guys. When you get up here, if you look at the jet stream or if you look at any of that kind of concept behind there, there's a reason why they want to move up to this side of things. They want to get off the outer coast. They want to get off. They want to be right dead center.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of people talking too, Mark, about the coastlines. Both coastlines are not someplace that, in fact, it's the United States Navy put out a map telling their retirees that they don't want to be within 600 miles of a coastline, any of them, and that their best opportunity to be in a safe place is southern Missouri. So take it from there.
Yeah, Colorado is more liberal than Oregon. It is. It's just something where it was more about the jet streams. If something would happen, because you got to look at what you got here. You have a worst case scenario if Yellowstone would erupt. Okay, so if you look at that and it would blow, it's going to put ash all over the United States. But for some reason, because of the way the jet streams flow out of Canada, and they go and they drop below Wisconsin, and then they come back up, it pushes that ash down. So they said that if worst case scenario, Wisconsin and Minnesota, all these other that are up in this area would at the maximum would only get maybe a foot to 14 inches of ash from if Yellowstone would pop. So that's one of the things that you want to look at, is that this thing would cover the whole United States and take off half of whatever. So you got California that's going to drop off the map because they've been saying for years it's going to fall off and go into the ocean. You have the other side. You have with Fukushima, you had the nuclear reactors blow up. So you got all that stuff coming into there where there's actually people that are leaving California in that area because of the amount of radiation that's coming into that area.
Yep.
The center of the only thing that we got to look at is, for number one, is how can we take care of ourselves and take care of our family and able to live and thrive. And being out in the outer areas, you have Mexico, you have immigrants, you have everything coming up, the drug cartel coming up from the south. You have Fukushima on one side, and you have all the nasty hurricanes on the other side. So we don't have very little tornadoes. We have very little bad storms. Yes, you got to deal with the cold and everything else, but there's very little of bad environmental things that happen way up north.
Yeah, Monty says, they say the new inside job, the new 9/11, is going to be the Hoover Dam breaking in Arizona. Wouldn't surprise me at all. That would be a bad thing.
Sue says she's actually got an outhouse grandfathered in on my property if I wanted to use it. You know, actually, what I thought for a while now there, Sue, is I said, well, that new smoker that I built, that walk-in smoker, if it came down to it, I'd turn that thing into an outhouse in a heartbeat. I'll make a new smoker. And I got a heated outhouse. Figure that one out.
Yeah, I give you a +1 on that RG about California. At least most of it.
No great loss to anyone on it. Yeah.
Sybil says, my part of Texas is in the safe zone from the ash cloud if Yellowstone blows. Cool.
That is awesome. TJ, brother, how are you doing? I have not seen you in a long, long time.
Welcome. And
great to see you.
Some of you guys that don't have wrenches, it's because I'm having problems with either YouTube or my browser, one or the other.
Hey, okay. TJ says, hey guys, somebody know how my sister Sandy Kay is doing. Guys, she's in the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know that.
TJ, I've been working 12 hours, 6 days a week, so I have not been on YouTube land, but I was kind of wondering where Sandy was, but I do not know how she is doing.
No, so if anybody in the chat knows anything about that, give us an update if you would. Good evening, Rockin' C. It's good to see you, and we're happy you came. And I
will have to email her later and find out how she is doing.
I am going to try to do another refresh and see if I can get my permissions back. Hopefully it won't do anything to the live stream.
That is weird that you have to keep doing that.
Yeah, I've never seen this happen before, but.
So guys, if you have not checked out Rockin' C's, he does a lot of chicken stuff too. So go check out his channel. If you like what you see, go give him a sub. And guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It does help out Merle's channel. Plus, it does help out your channel because it opens that whole subscriber count. Because if it just plays with YouTube and shows everybody else, so it does help you tremendously if you hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, it's really strange that I have to refresh to get my permissions back. It's got to be a YouTube thing, I think.
Probably, yeah.
I think they pick Sundays to work on stuff.
And you guys too that have Twitter, please tweet this out. It'll bring more over.
Well, we do have, let's see how many. We do have 19 wonderful people in here. And everyone is a moderator. So I think I just crunched the last one.
Snow says spelling is off today. My brain has been off today.
I have too.
I'll be right back, Merle. I go check on potatoes.
I think Mark's still canning potatoes. Well, he's still canning potatoes, and we still have that on our list to do. I think he bought 125 pounds, which is a lot of potatoes. But I think we'll do 50 maybe, 50 or 75, kind of go from there. Some of us are thinking that the way the world is working right now, that it's not going to hurt anything at all to have at least a couple of years worth of food stored up. So that's what why we're working so hard on some of this stuff. It's a crazy world we're living in right now. And I don't know. Seems like I think Trump went over to France. I was reading a little while ago, and they were talking about the difference between a patriot and a nationalist. And apparently, those people in Europe over there, a lot of them aren't much into patriotism. So he just sat there stone-faced and let him ran on, I guess. I don't think so. Let it snow. He told me that he has a farmer's market that he is able to get potatoes from at a really, really good price. So I think that's where those came from. We don't have anything like that because we're not in potato country, so to speak. But we do get potatoes on sale for oh gosh, what is it? $3.99 for 10 pounds or $2.99? I don't know. It's a good price. That much I know. God bless President Trump for all the pedophile indictments, almost 3,000 indictments. Yeah. And that's another thing that a lot of people are beginning to get a little upset about, is the fact that nobody's been arrested yet. But I'm told that they're still trying to get the bad judges, the bad, just there are bad people in places that they won't be able to get these people arrested and put in jail. So it's going to take a little while, a little time, but I honestly believe that they're working on it, and it will happen. So, and just for the heck of it, I saw in a, I don't know how I even got there, but I saw in a YouTube video that someone was talking about the generals that Trump had close to him. And I'm of the opinion that he had to bring those generals in because it was the only place he could find good help that he could trust. So I don't feel like we've got anything to worry about from the military. Just my 2 cents.
The other thing that I think we should talk about, Merle, is about everybody has stuff in their freezers that we can from, let's say we freeze from last year or 2 years ago. This freezer burnt bad. It's not really bad, guys, because we can still use it. We can use it as compost. If we have chickens, we can cook it up and use it for them. So there's a lot more things that we can use with that stuff that's freezer burnt that we normally just throw in the garbage. Remember that if it's organic, you can use it as a compost.
Yeah.
Besides, obviously, meat or stuff like that. They say not to do that. But you can take your bad meat that got freezer burnt and cook it up and give it to your birds because it's high in protein. It's really good for them. So there's other ways you can do stuff around it.
Yeah. And TJ, he says I was taking time off YouTube. Too many haters. It's not good for me to have to deal with my own demons. The haters on YouTube, I don't get many. I don't think Mark does either, but you know, the only thing you can do is just try your very best to ignore those people. And I don't know, I think God surely must have put his hand on Mark and myself, because we just don't get those kind of people in here, and that's a good thing. So
and on top of it too is we have some really good moderators that if something does happen, it is taken care of immediately, and it's taken care of. Go ahead, Merle.
Yeah, I tell you, if somebody comes in with something that's not just right, I wouldn't think he would last over half a second anyway. So that's the way it works when you've got so many good moderators. Yeah, you can block them, you can block them, Sue, and all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
I see Snow says they cost them $5.99 for 3 organic russets. Don't move here. Let you to fight the green to try to make an impact. Yeah, Snow, I get 50 pounds for $10, and I get Yukon Golds. And not only that, is I the field that runs right alongside the whole side of our property had Yukon Gold and russets in there that we could have picked at any time, whatever we wanted. So I think it has to do with your community and where you live and the growing seasons, because a lot of things, and guys, let me tell you, a lot of things are going to go wacky this year because of the weather, the fires. It's going to be a rough winter for food. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just saw where Trump was talking about those fires too, or somebody was. Maybe it wasn't him, but thing is those fires, they're not doing the proper maintenance on those forests, so I'm told.
Nope.
Which is causing so many fires, and for the fires to be so bad. So if they don't, yeah, go ahead.
If you don't select, cut, and clean out the brush and the debris, and especially with pine trees, I mean, because you know what's in pine. I've got a video out there for what pine is capable of doing. You're going to see a big problem, and if you don't clean that up, oh hush, Mark. Yeah, and I think that's a big part of it too. Is we just don't have the manpower to keep them areas cleaned out and brushed out, and when the fires do happen, they run like wild.
Yeah, and if they don't start taking care of that, there was some talk about not giving them the money to do what they were supposed to be doing with it. So I have a hunch that they're using the money for something else, and that there is going to be another problem. So I don't know. I'm happy that I don't have to worry about something like that. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know.
Fred just had a comment that talking about Sister Sue about blocking the channels, and he's got one up there. It says if you block too many channels, they'll report your channel for censorship, and they will shut down. YouTube will shut you down. Very, very good point. So, but there is other ways around that also too. Is if they are actually belittling you and they are coming and causing chaos in your channel, you can do something about that. The problem is that on the smaller side of channels, you do not have the open areas like what the bigger channels do, where we have direct contact to YouTube. We can contact certain individuals and have a bigger impact. Yeah. So it is harder on smaller channels.
Yeah, and Sue made a good comment about locked and loaded. His way to get rid of them is he has a jar, and he puts X amount of money in that jar for each troll comment. Then he thanks them on their channel for supporting Trump. I like that. Yeah, that works pretty good. I saw him do that the other night. That was all right.
You know what I say too is every time when I see my thumbs down, is my local trolls are coming and giving me a thumbs down. They're supporting your channel. When they leave a comment in your chat, it is recorded. So they can get as nasty and as mean as they want. Just remember, guys, it's a guy on the other side of the channel. He has nothing to do with you, nor does he have any clue about you.
No. My original channel, I used my name because YouTube suggested that would be the best thing to do. Well, I had done other things that put my name out there on the internet, so it wasn't anything that I was too concerned about. So I don't have any little kids at home or anything like that, and I pray for those that might come and try to get in my house. Oh, which reminds me, the Tucker Carlson was not home the other night, and he had Antifa, I don't know, looked to me like a couple of dozen of them out in his front yard, and just about scared his wife to death because they were talking violent things, chanting violent things.
Yeah, they should come up here. My dogs need to eat.
Yeah, really. I just kind of think we've had about enough of that.
I think, yeah. The really sad thing about everything, guys, is that bullies are always going to be bullies until somebody stands up and knocks them back down. And the bullies are not always a tough guy. The ones that I like to worry about is the ones like Merle, because they're quiet, they're laid back, they don't seem to make any noise. Those are the ones that you want to pay attention to, because them are the ones that can actually do some damage. The bully, they're all puffed up when they're around with each other, but you get them by themselves, they're totally different.
Yeah. His wife was. Sue says his wife was terrified when they broke the front door. They actually broke the front door, and she was absolutely delirious. I mean, she was in a bad way, and I cannot blame him for being upset. So she needs a big gun. Well, I'm hoping that she already had one of some kind, but I don't know. It was there's no point in that kind of stuff.
You just need some dogs.
I think the dogs will reject them. No meat.
You might be right. You might be right, RG. My one dog will turn up. This is another funny thing, and I think Snow and everybody else will get a kick out of this. I've got Coda, who's American Pit Bull Black Lab. He's running about 110 pounds. He can literally tell if you give him something from the store. He will turn up his nose, but this dog loves vegetables. He will actually go. He was out there today eating all the frozen tomatoes that didn't make it. I've never seen a dog that will eat the vegetables like this one will. So I hope my other one will do it, but he's a big-time fan of vegetables. So,
yeah, believe it or not, I've got a cat that does the same thing. It really surprised me. I mean, I always, throughout our lives, we always fed the dogs meat, and the cats too. But my sister-in-law, she was talking about her little ankle biter one time, and she said the dog must be sick because she said she ate her salad, but she didn't eat her meat. So I thought, what? You fed your dog a salad? Speaking of dogs, here we go. My daughter raises German Shepherds, for those of you that don't know. And somehow or another, she has acquired a puppy that got its foot ran over in someone's driveway. And, my house is the hospital. When we get dogs like that, they come over here and they spend some time for rehab, and we learn to love them, and then we have to give them back. So I don't know. It's going to be kind of. It's kind of neat though, because some of you have seen my Siamese cat that thinks it's a dog. It loves it when we bring those puppies over here. It's a blast. So we'll have to get some footage of that too.
Yeah, RG. I'm not actually a vegetarian, man. I eat a lot of meat, but I have learned through the processes that my wild edibles and stuff of the plants that I do have has more protein than what the meat does. And the vegetables actually, your body can absorb the protein better and faster. But I couldn't keep the size that I am. I mean, I'm pushing 270. There'd be no way that I could keep this way I am now just on vegetables. It wouldn't happen. I need my protein, but I do raise my own chickens. I raise my own beef. I do everything that way to keep myself away from the store, because I would probably, I don't know, I'd probably shrivel up and die if I just ate vegetables. But
I know one thing: if you buy chicken at the grocery store, just the ordinary chicken, and you don't try to get the non-GMO, the good stuff, those chickens do not taste like they did 50 years ago. They don't taste the same way. The texture of the meat is not the same. But if you go get one from Mark's house and take it home and cook it, it's like going back in time. So that's all I need to know. I don't, and the funny thing is, too, it seems like the older I get, the less I require all that meat, and the more I like the vegetables. So, hey, that's where the garden comes in.
Yeah, bro, RD, he's not a vegetarian either. He loves his meat, but he has a thing for vegetables. I don't know what it is. He's a crazy dog.
Wrenches and Boards, welcome. Wrenches and Boards is almost my neighbor. I think he's only 40, maybe 40 miles away or something like that. We're going to have to get together one of these days. And we're happy that you were able to make it in this evening. And Wrenches and Boards knows a lot of people in this chat room, too, I think. Wrenches and Boards is a good channel to go visit if you haven't, especially if you want to learn how to do stuff.
Yeah, you're going to learn a lot of stuff about just keeping the homestead running.
And he's a good Christian guy, and it's you'll be happy you did if you stop in and see him.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people in here. Sister Sue, Sybil, Sandy K, which is in the hospital, which I got to find out what's going on. But you'll find out that there's a lot of people with a lot of just deep down caring that are in this chat, and that's what I love. There's a lot of people in here that look out for each other and spend a lot of time with each other on everybody's channel, one big happy family. So it's great to see Serving from Home. I'm glad that you came in and stopped in here, and now you get to see what we're all about. I have been on a few of her live streams, so I'm glad to see her on tonight.
Fred says vegetarian is Cherokee for bad hunter.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The funny thing is, Merle, is the other day I was thinking, I got chickens, and the bad side of that is I got rats. So I'm saying if something really bad would happen, how can I make a rat taste good? Because I know what they eat. They're eating good, high quality chicken feed, so I know that they're not eating any kind of crap.
Yeah, I would say you could probably do worse, honestly. TJ, thanks for coming. And if you get a chance after you eat, come back. We'll
take care, brother. I'll see you in the next one, and God bless. Hope everything goes well, and I will definitely find out what's going on with Sandy.
Amen to that. I was trying to think if there's anybody I could call, but we'll find somebody, and we'll try to get some information. It seems to me like, though, I was somewhere, maybe locked and loaded, and they were talking about she was having a kidney problem. But I don't think she was in the hospital at the time. So we wish
RG says hot sauce. RG, I got some of the best hot sauce in the world. I don't think it'll still make a rat taste good. I think it's a fact of just knowing what I'm eating. Yeah, I've eaten a lot of things in my lifetime that would probably make a normal person squeam a little bit, but just knowing that it's a rat.
Yeah, what I always thought was funny was, you got a lot of people that say, "Oh, I can't eat deer meat. It's just something about it. I just don't like it." And if you invite them over for chili sometime, and don't tell them, they will sit there and tell you how good that chili is, even if it is full of deer meat. So,
and he's not 100%. He's right on the money, because I have an aunt that despises bear meat and says it's the nastiest thing that she's ever had in her life. She has came over and she's had hamburgers that were bear meat. She's had steaks that were bear meat. She's had jerky that's bear meat. It's all in how it's prepared, and it is. That's such an oily, nasty thing that I've tried just about everything. I've had raccoon, I've had squirrel, I've had steak, I've had shark, I've had everything, but it's all in how it's prepared. Because when I was a little kid, I was probably Hunter's age, and 8, 9, or 10, and at that time I lived out in Arizona, and I met one of my friends there. His family was from Truck Island, so all they had was seafood. And I walked into the kitchen one day, and you had that octopus hanging out of the pot, and the legs are just this and that moving around, and I'm like, what the heck are they eating? If you ever had octopus, it's chewy, it's like bubble gum. It's just not something that I would enjoy eating. And this is stuff that these guys made all the time. But I had to try it because it's something different.
I still have a problem with raw fish. I don't, and I know it's probably something in my head, but if
I know where it came from, and like if it's trout or if it's salmon or something where it's coming out of a fresh creek or a fresh water, I don't have a problem eating it because I know it's fresh, it's cold, nothing like that. But as far as these sushi bars that are pulling out these clams and snails and whatever else, yeah, I'm right with you there. It's got to be cooked.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I remember my dad. He would he would take about a quarter of a pound of raw hamburger, put it between two pieces of bread, and have a sandwich.
We still do it.
No
Call
kidding.
it Wildcat. Yeah, we still do it. But you got to have red onion and salt and pepper.
Yeah.
We still do it on New Year's. They call them they're red cat or wildcat or however you want to say it. But yeah, they still do that up here.
Yeah.
Got to be grade A, ground round, lean beef. But yeah, we still do that.
That surprises me. I thought that was just something that our crazy family did. But I tried it and I thought it was pretty good myself. So
it's got to be on rye bread. For some reason, the rye bread with the red onion and stuff like that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Sybil, yep. Octopus is just plain old nasty.
It don't sound good at all. Not even a little bit. But
the funny thing is that. And I tried it later on in life as an adult because your palate changes and, some things taste better when you're older. And you're exactly right, Sybil. I just could not. I tried it when I was older. I'm like, nope, it still ain't good.
And my ask is, has anyone had deep fried turkey before? I haven't.
Me.
Well, tell us.
We do it all the time.
Tell us, is it good?
It is very good. There's two ways that I like to do turkey. Is either I'm going to throw it in a smokehouse. I will actually marinate it and I'll put it in a brine for a week and I'll throw it in a smokehouse and I will smoke it. Or the deep fried turkey is really good. You can get the broilers, use peanut oil, and get it outside and put it in a pot and cook it up, and it is very juicy, very tasty. It's really good.
I have a question too. Something that I had never heard of before. My son comes over on Sunday morning and visits for a little while, and he said that he was somehow or another he got a hold of an electric smoker. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yep.
And he has had one for a while, and he likes the way it works. And if we wanted this thing, we could have it. So I guess we'll give it a shot.
Electric smokers are nice because they take out the equation of human error, and you can just walk away. You're not going to get the intense flavor like you would with a old-fashioned walk-in smokehouse.
Yeah.
Like what we built, but they're great for beginners. and they're great for people that have a busy life that just want to throw something in there to smoke and have that flavor. So they're a good way to. And what's going to happen now, Merle, is you're going to get to that and you're going to say, well, this is good. And the next thing you know, I'm going to see a video of you building a smokehouse.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured that is the way it would go. Sandy K. Hey, everybody. Can't stay, but I'm getting better day by day. It's all up to the Lord. Love you all. And we're praying for you,
hey,
too.
Hey, Sandy. TJ was just in here asking about you. I was going to actually email you when I got off of here. How are you doing? And I hope everything is going well. And God bless you, too. And I will be keeping you in my prayers. I'm sorry I do not answer my Twitter or anything very much. But we all are hoping that everything comes out okay.
Prayers going your way, Sandy.
I've been working so much that I haven't been able to see what's been going on. But
yeah, I don't know how long you're going to be able to. I know you're physically able to do it, but mentally, how long can you stand 12 hours a day for 6 days a week? Yeah,
mind over matter. That's how it is. Serving from home, Sandy K is a sweet, sweet lady, and she is one of God's closest sisters. She is so much in love with him, and she has been a tremendous input on our channel and everybody else's. She is a sweetheart from the one end to the other end.
And she's saying
she is a gift from God.
She's saying that her kidneys aren't up to doing a full job, I think, so we're going to be praying for that, and we all know that prayer works. So the more people praying, the better. And we got a lot of those kind of people in this chat too. A bird must have flew in front of your dish there.
Boy. The bird must have flew in.
Yeah,
it's dark out. There ain't no bird flying.
You went a little Star Trek-y on us there for a second.
I see that. What I was saying though is Sandy Key is just tremendous. She's just a paramount to this family, and she's just one of God's children, and she's very much appreciated and loved by this whole community. So I'm hoping that everybody can just send out prayers, and we can help her get better and get her back to us.
Amen to that.
Hi, Merle.
Hunter says hi, Merle.
Hi, Hunter. Are you having a good day today?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the snow? Have you built a snowman yet?
Yeah, it was snow. But long time,
let it snow.
Yeah, like the other day, it was like the ditch was full of snow.
You gotta come over here. They can barely hear you way over there. Come here.
No, he's okay. I can hear him good.
Come out of the box. He's. You know what? Who needs Christmas gifts? All you gotta do is get an empty box. Ugh. There we go. We're getting too big.
Empty boxes.
Like the ditch was full of snow. I drove down the ditch. It was like completely full of snow. I thought it was empty.
Yeah, him and Coda today were out there playing in the ditch. So
let's see here. Yeah, let it snow. I try to do that occasionally. Let it snow. I actually have a monitor over here. It's a smaller screen, but if I look towards this monitor here, it looks a bit like I'm actually looking over to Mark and Hunter and talking to them. So that's kind of cool, really. But what happens is I've got my what you call it up there, my chat up on my 42-inch TV up there. So I spend an awful lot of time looking straight ahead. But it's kind of neat. And when Mark looks over this direction, it makes it look like we're, I mean, you know, if a guy didn't know, you would think we were in the same room, not 400 or 500 miles apart. That's,
yeah, so, City Girl, he's a spitting image of me when he was younger. He's got his mom's looks, but he's starting to look like me now.
Bye, Sandy K. We are wishing you all the best.
Take care, Sister Sandy, and I will keep you in my prayers. Like always. Say bye, Sandy.
Bye, Sandy.
Yeah, it's kind of fun having a mini-me, but then I always get the things of when you're a kid growing up, your parents always tell you, I hope you have a child like you. I hope you have a child like you.
Yeah, they want to get even.
Yep. Well, I got blessed because he's more like his mom. He's not a hellraiser like I was.
No, that's a good boy. I can tell by the way that boy acts. He's a good boy for sure.
Yep.
Now, what he looks to me like he's just about the right age to get some new knives and maybe a hatchet and, you know, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him. There ain't like a short supply of that in the house, so he does play with a little bit of stuff here and there. Hopefully, we're gonna get him here pretty soon to get him behind the pellet gun and just go up from there.
There you go. Got to get him started early. I remember the first time I ever shot a gun. I couldn't have been 5 or 6 probably. My dad's bent down in front of me and put the gun up on his shoulder. 22.
That's what I did with him. But mine was a 278. Let him see that thing go off, and then from there he shot the 22. He shot the pellet gun. What else have you shot already? Hello.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Bearded Giant, thanks for stopping in and saying hello. We appreciate it.
I have not. I don't think I've got the Bearded Giant. First time I've ever seen him.
Yeah, I was in his live chat the other day, and he has a good one too. By the way, he's somebody that you'll probably want to visit.
His intro has some nice looking cars in there, so I like that part of it. I've got some collectors myself. So, Bearded Giant, now you have a new subscriber. So I will be checking out your stuff.
Yeah, he has a good live stream. They talk about a lot of some of the same stuff that we do, but you'll no doubt enjoy it for sure.
Yep, when I hit the bell, that's a good thing. Remember that. So there we go, Bearded Giant. We got a new you got a new follower, and I will put my link in there if you want to go check us out. I have a little channel myself. Oop.
Serving from my home is got to go. Thank you all for welcoming me here. You're all great, and we just appreciate your visit, and we hope we've made your day better somehow.
Thank you for stopping by, Serving from Home, and I will see you on the next one or in your live stream.
Ah, Sybil, my dad gave me his 30-30 when I was 4, and he took me out to shoot the gun. Knocked me on my backside.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I ever shot a 12 gauge, I don't know, I was pretty young. I said, well, is it going to hurt my shoulder? He said, here, put this handkerchief on your shoulder behind it. It'd probably be all right. So, worked out just great.
Mine was a 10 gauge.
Oh,
I wasn't
no.
lucky enough to shoot. Yeah, I wasn't lucky enough for a 20 gauge or a 12 gauge.
Wow. Rockin' C says, when I was about that age, my dad let me shoot his 12 gauge. Here we go. One round was normal. The second round was a slug. Oh, no. Knocked me back about 6 feet. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you shoot very many slugs, unless you're a heck of a man, still today, they're going to hurt your shoulder. I mean, that's just what happens.
Yeah, I got 3-inch mags loaded up, so yeah. Let me tell you, it'll rock your world if you're not hanging on tight.
Well, City Girl, somebody's going to have to take you shooting. All I ever shot was a pellet gun, she says. I don't know. I guess you would probably call me a gun nut. When I was younger, I did so much trading because I always wanted something that I didn't have. But in all my years, I have had, if I had all the guns back that I've owned at one point in time, yeah, we could take a nice trip around the world probably, and then come back and buy a new pickup truck. Bearded Giant says I started out with a pellet gun, then moved up to my own 22 when I was 14. The time was right, Bearded Giant.
That's about what I started with was the old bolt action one-shot pellet gun.
Yeah, I lived out. When I was 10, we lived out in God's country. I mean, you could do whatever you wanted to do from that place, and I had my own single-shot 22, and when I wanted to go, and I don't know what the deal was, but it seemed like every little boy wants to go out and shoot birds. You know, what those birds ever do to you? But anyway, that was my thing. I'd take my 22 and I'd go out and shoot birds at 10 years old. By myself, too, by the way. So
that was a big thing back in my day as a kid with slingshots.
Yeah. I don't know. Seemed too primitive to me.
Well, now they have slingshots that shoot arrows. So.
Yeah, no kidding. My dad's cousin collected guns even old ones, and had a whole room full and a locked room full too. Wow, yeah. You can never have too many.
Nope. Well, my buddy, I only got about 10 minutes left before I got to go and finish up the can and stuff.
Yeah, we went a little bit overtime too, but time flies fast when you're having fun.
Yep, sure does. But
when I had my dad's slingshot for shooting rocks, I just been shooting rocks up in the air.
Yeah,
got to make sure they don't hit you in the head.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you know where they're going to come down at, for sure. I asked Bearded Giant the other night what his favorite firearm was, and it took him a long time to narrow it down, and I understand that. And I think he ended up with a 1911, and I thought that was a very good pick.
Yes, no, it's pretty similar to where Upper Michigan is. We just don't have the Yoopers up here. For some reason, I don't know why, but everybody says I sound like a Canadian. But it is pretty similar. We're in the woods. We're up north. We're kind of left alone, so it's kind of a good thing. I think Michigan has the same concept when you get up in the upper woods parts of Michigan, but you have more of the Yoopers and the stuff like that. But it's pretty close.
Yeah, I do agree with you too, Sybil. I don't know. Back then, it was just something that boys did. I don't know.
That's what I
Well,
was taught too, Sybil.
I don't shoot anything that I'm not going to eat. If you're not going to eat it, you might as well be shooting paper. So, and boy, I have shot my share of paper.
Yeah, Fred. I've seen some pretty impressive pellet guns in my day, and they've come a long way with the piston technology, the air cylinders. They're really. I got one that would probably it puts a lot of normal guns to shame. So
Well, yeah, they got some of these pellet guns now that, and they're not really a lot of money that'll shoot speeds of a 22. So, hey,
yeah, mine's pushing out 1,200 feet per second. So, and if you clean them up and you do a bore clean, you can get 1,270 out of them. So, and that's actually chronograph. So, and now they're coming out with ballistic tips on pellets and
no
polymer
kidding.
tips.
Yeah.
Yep, and polymer tips. So,
Oh, I feel sorry for Bearded Giant. He says when you have over 3 dozen, it's hard to pick a favorite. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Hey, Merle,
Yes, sir.
did you ever shoot a minigun?
minigun.
I never did shoot a minigun, but I'd like to. I
I think somebody else would really like you too.
I really would like to. Sybil's is 1200 psi, 177. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're. Hey, buddy.
You can do a lot with that.
Once you go in my room and we'll do a little. Should we go get the pellet gun? And go grab that. The other thing is too, guys. This is not your normal pellet gun either. So, I like to when I get a weapon, I like to change and do little things to it. But
Yeah, Monty,
he loves this thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Money is asking, have you ever heard of a Keltec PMR 30? I have. And if it's the one I'm thinking about, that thing is really cool looking. Keltec kind of got a bad name when they first started making guns, but they've come a long way. So I'd say it's probably all right. And that particular one looks like it'd be a blast to shoot.
Yeah, Bearded, the Thompsons are really nice. I just like the fact that the Thompsons, you can just change barrels. And you can pretty much do whatever you want from a 270, 30-06. There's so many different things with it. Close the door, bud. So, Merle, this is what we're talking about here. This is our pellet gun.
That is just neat.
And
It's a massive pellet gun.
yeah, it takes 40 pounds to cock it. Piston drive, has total night vision capabilities. So, like I said, I don't do too much with every single weapon I've ever owned has always been redone and gone through. So I did do a lot of work to this thing, and it's pretty accurate.
I almost wish you hadn't brought that out. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty cool. For sure. Well, guys, go ahead.
Gotta always have your toys, Merle.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Some of us are, I don't know. My wife says that it's a different toy for a different week, though. You know, I
hear the same thing.
It's, well, what's it going to be this week, you know? And you know, it seems like everything that I get into, everything, everything that you have to buy is so expensive because it's a specialized piece. Everybody doesn't buy that piece, so
what got me going on this was I was watching in the UK and Europe because they're not allowed to have firearms, and some of their soft air guns. Let me tell you, these guns are bypassing what some of our rifles can do and what they're capable of doing. And when you're sitting there, and some of these guys are shooting with 44s. I've seen like they said, the 50 cal. It's amazing what is capable of with a pellet gun. Now this is just on a separate note. If you go out and buy 20 rounds of ammunition for your 30-06, it's going to take you probably anywhere from $20 to $30. I can go buy 100 rounds of pellets of that are polymer tipped for $9. Now that's 100 rounds versus 20 rounds. I can sit here all day long and drive nails with this thing. So they have came a long, long way. And like Merle has talked about, as you go up in price, the quality of the gun goes so much higher. And there's a lot of things that you can adjust. You can go after market parts. You can do a lot of different things with these weapons now and change them to a whole different ball game.
Boy, you ain't a kidding. You really can. I did the same thing you did. I watched those YouTube videos from United Kingdom and in those areas where you can't have normal guns. And buddy, they've got those. They have
them babies dialed right in.
They got them dialed in for sure. So. And Monty says, I really wish I could learn archery, but it's hard to pull it back. If you talk to the right people in the archery business, they can fix you up with something that you can pull back, and it will still be of use to you. So,
like Monty, my I've got a few different bows in one of my bows. When you get to a certain point, you're only holding 20% of the pressure back.
Right.
So my Hoyt has a let-off point, so it's set up at 70 pounds, but when I get it back to where, because I have a blown shoulder, when I get it back to my point, I'm at 20%. And I should say it's at 80%. It's only at 20% of the weight.
Yep. Yeah, they've come a long way with bows, too.
And now for like a lot of people, too, crossbows are not... you don't have to have a special license up in here anyway in Wisconsin, so anybody can go out and buy a crossbow. That's another good way.
Are you done at 6?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So there was my. Are we done yet? So I'm going to have to take off.
I want to thank everybody for coming in and enjoying our little chat this evening. We are hoping, after Mark gets done with his 12-hour-a-day thing, that we'll move back to our Saturday evening spot. And
not only that, we're here every Sunday. We next week we should be on my channel, if God willing. So, or on Sunday nights. So
everybody, thanks again for coming over, and we wish you the very best. And when I say my prayers, I always say a prayer for the chat. All you guys that come in, it's just can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And by the way, we're not making any money here. We just like doing it. So have a good one, guys, and we'll see you next week on Mark's channel.
You guys all take care. God bless. Be careful.